what objective physical can I touch transformation do you want to have for your ideal signs?
For them, be comfortable in their clothes.
Comfortable and close. So reaching with confidence.
Yeah. Being confident in themselves, being comfortable wearing whatever they want, not feeling like they are constantly worried about what they look like and their appearance and what other people are thinking of them, that kind of thing.
Okay, so I ask you, people who aren't confident in themselves, don't like their appearance, how do they want to change their body?
Well, losing weight, losing inches, gaining muscle, making women realize that toning is really gaining strength and we're not going to get bulky. I feel like I hear that so often with my women and me trying to push them heavier with weights. It's just, I don't want to look bulky. And I always say, do I look bulky? Because I lift heavy. And that's what we're supposed to do.
Okay.
So
All of this is great, but what we need to tell our women is, hey, we're going to lose weight, we're going to drop inches. In doing that, you will regain your confidence, right? So I help statement. I help women drop body fat to regain their confidence. I help women drop body fat, get fit, and fall in love with themselves again using my emotion code method. So your emotion code is going to be your unique selling point. So that's the transformation, but what you're going to portray in your content is, I don't know if you can make yourself cry, but this is just an example. Like, get in the mirror.
I would say probably would.
And just cry in the mirror and just be like, hey, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you look in the mirror and cry about your weight, I was there too. Here are 3 things that helped me heal my relationship with myself in my body. Another thing you can do, so that you talk about negative self-talk, or just like making a video of you, again, looking in the mirror, or just talking to yourself, saying whatever the negative self-talk is, like what people internalize, you say out loud, so that way when someone sees your video, they say, oh my God, I said the same thing to me myself yesterday. You can talk a little bit about your eating disorder. You can be anti-toxic fitness culture. So all of these things will draw your ideal client or your avatar to you, but you're not helping women, get rid of self-talk. You're helping women get fit, build confidence, be happier with their bodies, but people are going to hire you because you're relatable in all the other emotional code aspects that you just laid out.
Yeah, no,
That makes sense?
it does, because I used to say exactly like, I hate you to myself in the mirror. And yeah, that brings up a lot of emotion, but I've finally gone to a point where I can actually talk about it and such. And I want to be able to help women with that because I struggled for years, like through my teen years and whatnot with that.
A post could be, how would you label that woman? I don't know which unconfident women need to hear this. Like, let's just use that. So I don't know which unconfident women need to hear this, but if you said any of this to yourself in the last 10 days, comment emotion. And then you can just start rifling off. Maybe you do a post that has multiple beat drops at one after another. And every time a beat drops, you put up another one. I hate myself. How could you let yourself do this? You're worthless. And just keep rifling it off, and people will say, holy crap, she's speaking to me.
So if they said anything like this to themselves in the last few days, what was the next part? Comment emotion.
Right. Because that could be like your CTA within the video. There's a lot of different hooks and stuff that you could use, but.
Okay, I like that a lot. That's really helpful. That's exactly what I'm looking at to help people with. Why wasn't I able to think that?
Simple, not easy, right?
Yeah.
All right, deliver and fulfillment. So we talked about this. So we want a 3-month program.
Yes.
You also want a 6-month program, and you want a 1-year program, because here's why. In 3 months, I can promise you, people have not learned the habit that they won't just go back to, but also you want to make a sandwich in your offers, meaning when you go to McDonald's or whatever, and you get a small fry, medium fry, or a large fry, 90% of people are going to pick the medium fry.
Yeah, I see.
Psychology. So 3-month package. Do you have any sales background or no?
A little bit now with my job that I work at, tennis club. It definitely helped me.
No online high ticket sales knowledge, all right?
Not really. I sold one and it was kind of a fluke. It was for $1,000 and that would.
Yeah, cool. So first 5 clients, you'll do 750 if they pay it in full, or 900 on a payment plan. That's for 3 months. So you could, PIF is paid in full, payment plan is PIF.
Yeah.
6 months, you'll do 1,350 paid in full, 1,500 on a payment plan. 1 year, 2,400 paid in full. 1 year is 2,250 paid in full, 2,400 on a payment plan. That's only for your first 5. what you're going to say is, hey, 50% off, but only if you promise to be the best student and give me an amazing testimonial after. So that way they feel like you're doing them a favor, but really you're just kind of honing in on your sales skills while we're doing this. And they promise to give you a testimonial, and you tie down that they have to give you their all. After the first 5, you're going to do 1,500. So that's the first 5. 1,500 payment plan, 1,350 paid in full. That's for 3 months. 6 months is going to be 2,400 or 2,250 paid in full. So 24 on a payment plan and 2,250 paid in full. 1 year is going to be 4,200 or 3,950 paid in full. And that's after the first 5.
My highest package I sold in person was 2,700. So cool. That seems doable.
Other questions about delivery, fulfillment, structure that you want to go over?
I know Trainerize really well, so I feel like that I'm pretty confident delivering workout programs through. But then when it comes to emotion code sessions, that's something that I do like over online, Zoom, and that's usually like 20 minutes to a half hour. So I'd still be kind of trading time for money there.
But why don't we turn that into a group call? Because what if we all did journaling 1-to-1, it would have been as powerful if versus the group.
No.
All right, so why don't we let these did you want to work with only women?
Oh, no, I can work with men too, but I feel like this is going to really...
If you do a group, you're not going to do men and women. It's going to have to be
Okay, that's fine.
one or the other, because it's going to be, why do I got to open up in front of this person, you know?
Yeah.
So if you want to keep the emotion code sessions, you do once a week. Everyone joins in and you pick different topics and everyone just opens up and becomes very vulnerable. And so that way, it doesn't matter how many people you have. You can have 1 or 1,000,000 same time for you, and you can scale without trading one time.
Now, would it set me back if I were to do like a one-on-one emotion code session one time a week with people?
You would just want to charge more.
Okay.
Which is fine. Like, so these prices to me are very low, but because you don't have a sales background, the higher you up you go, the more objections you're going to face and the harder it's going to be to sell. All right. So someone who's a beginner, if you hear no 100 times before you hear a yes, you're probably going to get very discouraged. Right. If I sell a $25,000 package, I can't do that as a beginner. Not that my program may not be worth it, but I'm not skilled enough to do that.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to do 1-to-1 sessions. You can maybe, and this, I don't like giving you guys all these different options in the beginning, because then you kind of vomit on all these packages and then they get super confused. And if you don't have the sales skills of what you should say, if you give them too many options, they end up picking none.
Yeah, I've done that in the past.
Yeah.
Given way too many options.
Exactly. So, like, for example, was 3 packages to work with me. There's only 3. I don't have 1,000,001 packages. And so you could do a 1-to-1 package and charge more. But I think start off with this, get your feet under you, learn the program, how you want it to go. And if people are asking for 1-to-1, then you can maybe upgrade them, or what we call ascend them into 1-on-1 emotion code calls. And how I ascend is double the time, double the money. I'm excited for you. This is exciting. I like this niche. Like, a lot of people need it, and not a lot of people do it.
Too. Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, I didn't have anybody to help me through that. It was stuff that I have learned throughout the years of my time as I'm working on learning how to love myself, because I put so much of that energy outward. I love so many other people. I help so many other people. But then at home behind closed doors, it was actually somebody else I had in my life that was really like, you are very unhealthy when it comes to this, to the point where he took the scale away from me, didn't allow me to use it because it was just bad. I would cry or stand there looking at the scale and cry. So, and I don't want other women to feel that way, right? It was terrible. It destroyed a lot of my soul, but it's back now.
Yeah, happy for you.
Yeah, thanks.
So fitness, nutrition centered, is your program. You have to make it obvious that, you're about fitness, nutrition, training, all that jazz. And then you can interweave this stuff into it, and that becomes who Jade Personal Brand is.
Okay.
And that's how you're going to separate yourself from Gerardi Performance, my fitness business.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah. So just adding the emotion code aspect and the negative self-talk is niche enough. Okay, great. That's wonderful.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm excited.
Me too.
This will be great for you.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out for quite some time how to interweave. I didn't know if I should do a separate business for the emotion code stuff, separate business or fitness, but I feel like putting them together was the best idea.
Yeah, I think this is the best way to do it. So again, speaking to your ideal avatar in a way that makes them say, how does she know that I feel like that? Or, oh, I feel like that too. That is how you become not a commodity, but a specialist.
I see.
Because I can't speak to this stuff. So why would anyone, there's a million and one of me to that prospect. There's only maybe one of you because it's more niche. You're like, oh, I never heard someone speak about this to that degree that I can relate to. And that's going to be your power.
I'm going to have to get real vulnerable. Like the eating disorder thing.
Very uncomfortable.
Was something I couldn't even admit to myself, and I haven't told really anyone or anything. My parents know. It was something very hidden.
Yeah, I feel like every single person I've spoken to or has told me about an eating disorder has said that, like, haven't told anyone this.
Yeah.
So I feel like, you putting that out there will help a lot of other people open up and heal from that themselves. So like, wow, this girl's so strong. She's telling people, I want to tell someone so bad and I just can't. And they'll find safety in speaking to you because you have gone through what they have gone through.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, it does.
It's cool.
You really answered all of the questions I had written down. I mean, some of my niche as well, specifically like kettlebell training. I made a little slogan, swing your way to fat loss, so you don't have to run on a treadmill. Something completely different.
That adds, and remember I said you don't want to be a needle in the haystack, so you don't want to be the kettlebell coach that talks about this stuff. I feel like if you're going to be the kettlebell gal,
because that's what I have been. Groovy Bell Fitness is my business.
which you can.
Or is that just going to be my training style?
Yeah, that would be your training style. So like most people don't know kettlebells. It's a very niche person, right? So this is niched already in itself, and you're niching down even more into kettlebells. So how many people actually with kettlebells go through this and are looking for help? I don't know. If I had to guess, I think too niched if you do that.
I see.
You can post kettlebell content. I just wouldn't make it like a kettlebell program.
I see.
Where it adds another layer of fear that I've never used this before. It's this wonky thing. I've never seen this before. So it adds another barrier to entry for your ideal person.
I think I have an idea of how to weave it in because, I mean, if it's going to be somebody who is very much like me with how uncomfortable I was with how I looked, I wouldn't go into a gym. So having kettlebells at home, the home workouts are a big thing for me. And that's where I found my solace, was being able to use this 1, 2, or 3 tools, not being in a gym, not having to think about people judging me.
Yeah, so all of your workouts should then be filmed at home.
Okay. All right.
Because that automatically draws the people that don't. I hear that all the time. I don't want to go to a gym. That draws that. So I don't know if we have a gym set up, but if you do, amazing. If not,
I don't.
pick a corner, make it look aesthetic.
Yeah. True. I have a lot of equipment at my house. But my house situation has been changing a little bit. But I can definitely find a spot. I do a lot of outdoor posts. So I'll just grab the kettlebell and go aside.
Yep.
It's kind of my chain.
Do that for sure. It's getting nice out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I think that was most of my questioning. Thank you for all the price breakdowns, because that's definitely where I've been most confused by what the heck do I charge for what I offer?
Yes. That is a lot of people's sticking point. So hopefully that's clear. And then, if you want, when we leave this, we can always talk about the mentorship and actually one-to-one and doing this every week.
It's definitely something that I've been thinking more about, just because the biggest thing for me is definitely accountability. I know my flaws are just not doing it. Getting so scared, not knowing what the heck to post, having so many ideas, but not taking action on any of them.
Yes. That's a lot of the reason why people hire me. And I'll tell you a few different packages. So there's that layer of accountability that in meeting me that you got to get shit done. Or I'm going to politely bark up your tree and what the hell's going on here, Jake?
Yeah.
No? So yeah, I think the accountability will help, but also the implementation of figuring all this out yourself. You've probably been thinking about this for how long, or how long would you have thought about this? And we just did it in a 20-minute session.
Years.
Right? So
My time.
Exactly. So paying for speed, so that way you don't miss out on the opportunity cost of waiting another year to figure out, okay, what should I post? How do I post it? Why isn't this working?
Yeah.
Or why did this work? And just having someone tell you who's been there. I think that's the beautiful part of what actual mentorship is. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So think about it.
I will. Okay, that's great. Now I feel pretty confident in charging those prices. It doesn't seem scary to me. Great.
If you provide the value, good thing is you get on your phone and you're like, oh, that's it? Sure, here it is. So that way, kind of a confidence boost of, oh, okay, I can charge more when I'm ready or when I can't.
Now for payment plans specifically, is it like once a month they pay?
So a few different things, right? Depending on people's credit score. And so you could use the same thing for you, right? So if someone can't afford, wants to work with you for a year, doesn't have $2,400 or $4,200, you go to a firm, Klarna, and they could split it up over 6 months, 12 months, a year, 36 months. They have good credit, a lot of times at no interest, and you get paid up front. So you get that $2,400 right away.
Oh, wow.
And then they pay a firm at Klarna. So it helps them get their foot in the door if they really want to do it. And you get paid as a business owner to reinvest back in the business or whatever you want to do with it.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, this is great.